Good morning guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a perfume haul for you, and these are 3 perfumes that were kindly gifted to me from fragrancebuy.ca to share with you. And this is one of my favorite types of hauls because it is completely blind. I haven't smelled any of them before. 2 of them are pretty hyped up perfumes that have sort of had their moment in the sun, and I've been very curious to try them out. And the other perfume is a brand new designer release, and I'm really excited to share them with you. So thank you again so much to Fragrance Buy for sending me these perfumes. If you guys are interested in these or any other perfumes, I will have links down below to these perfumes specifically, as well as a link to the Fragrance Buy website, and there you can shop hundreds if not thousands of niche, designer, and celebrity perfumes. And with that out of the way, let's get started in today's fragrance haul. Alright guys, good morning, welcome back. So today, as you can see, I've got 3 fragrances here from Fragrance Buy. These were generously gifted to me to try for you guys, and I have not smelled any of these 3 fragrances before. This is one of my favorite types of videos, which is a unboxing / first impression, and also a blind buy or a blind haul. This is one of my absolute favorite types of videos to both to film as well as to watch. I don't know about you guys, but there's something about that excitement of right before you smell perfume for the first time and that little bit of a rush, and it's so exciting before you smell them. And so it's always a little bit like nerve-wracking because I know that in about half an hour to an hour, I'm either going to be pleasantly surprised and thrilled and excited about these perfumes, or I'm going to be feeling a little bit let down or disappointed, and then I'm probably going to be looking for that next dopamine rush, which is another perfume to try. But that is the joy of perfume. This is something that I really love to do. And you guys, by the way, please let me know in the comments if I have any people from the US or Los Angeles specifically, or just people who are in the know watching my video. I'm going to be going to LA for a little mini vacay, and I will be going to some niche perfume stores. I think I might only have time to visit probably 1 store. Please let me know down below in the comments what is the best, like if there's only 1 store in LA, 1 niche perfume store, what is that store that I should go to, because I really want to smell a ton of niche perfumes and get my nose on a bunch of perfumes and make myself a little wish list. So please let me know if there's a place that I should definitely hit up when I'm there. My nails, I'll just quickly mention, they obviously need to be redone, so please excuse the fact that they look a little bit grown out. I'm obviously still just getting over the big C word. I don't know if I can say it in my videos or not, so I just don't say it, but you can probably tell in my voice that I'm not 100% recovered. I just, honestly, you guys, I have never had a cough or a virus of any kind hang around this long. It is extremely frustrating. I mean, it's only been a couple weeks, granted. And in regards to my sense of smell, my sense of smell right now is, as I said in my last video, it's probably at about like 95%. It's not perfect. It's not quite where it was before. I feel like when it comes to perfumes, I'm definitely missing a little bit of nuance, and you know, I don't think it's as acute. I feel like, is that the right way to say it? I don't think it's as fine-tuned is probably the right way to say it. So like, for example, when I smell perfumes I have in my own collection, I know what they are. I can smell the perfume for the most part as I know that it's supposed to smell, but I feel like I'm missing like just little subtle nuances that are in there that I know are in there. You know what I mean? And also the sense of smell, it's almost like, at this point, it's almost like somebody took the radio and they turned it down a little bit. So I can smell, I have, you know, I'm able to tell, oh yeah, that's what this perfume is, that's what that perfume is, and I know what it smells like, and I know if I like it or don't like it. It's just, it's not quite perfect. So I know that this isn't the perfect time to be trying new perfumes, obviously. One would ideally wait until their sense of smell was perfectly back to normal, but you guys, I can't wait forever. I really want to get back into trying new perfumes, and I also have, like, you know, videos planned that I want to do. So to the best of my ability, I'm going to try to experience these perfumes the best I can, but do take my first impression with a bit of a grain of salt. I think I'll still get a pretty good first impression, but like I said, it's just not going to be like, you know, I shouldn't be on a perfume judging panel at the moment is what I should say. What was I going to say? So I'm drinking some coffee right now, which is really, really nice. I've got my candle lit. I've got my little perfume testing strips. this is my perfect way to spend an afternoon, is sniffing perfumes. So that is it for today's little intro, you guys. Let me know down below if there's any perfumes that you've recently discovered that you think I should check out. And yeah, without too much further ado, let's get into this first impression and unboxing. I'm super, super excited. So I have 3 perfumes here. And like I said, all 3 of these are new to me. I have never smelled any of them before. I'm super excited. One of them is a brand new release that just came out this last year. One of them is a perfume that I think is kind of divided. It's pretty polarizing. It's either a you like it or you really don't like it. And then I have also a interesting celebrity scent that also gets kind of mixed reviews. Some people love it, some people don't. So I'm kind of a little bit nervous, like I said, because when you do these unboxings, it could go either way, right? There's a chance you'll love them, there's a chance you won't like them. I think that the one I will have the best chance at liking is this one here, so I'll probably save that one till last. Maybe we'll start out with the one that I have a feeling that might not be my cup of tea, just because I've looked at the notes before and I just don't know if this would be my cup of tea. Apparently it also leans a little bit masculine. Alright, so the first perfume that I'm going to unbox and smell for the first time is Stash from Sarah Jessica Parker. So let's go ahead and take the cellophane off of this box. I know some people don't like the sound of cellophane, but you guys, unboxing perfumes and like hearing the cellophane come off the package for me is almost like ASMR. I love it. I could listen to people unbox perfumes all day. It's my favorite thing. Okay, interesting. All right, so it comes in this little black case, or little bag, I guess, drawstring bag. Oh, I can smell it from here. I'm glad to say my nose isn't totally broken. However, you guys, the cap was off of the bottle. I don't know if you can see that, and it's also a little bit damp, so that's unfortunate. Okay, and it's all over my hands. All right, so it did leak a little bit. That's fine. That's too bad. Oh, it leaked quite a bit. That's too bad. Well, you know, things happen. All right, so it did leak quite a lot. What I think I'm gonna do, oh no, the cap is a little bit, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the cap is actually not in very good condition. That's too bad, that's too bad. So I can already tell from here that this smells expensive, and it does not smell like a celebrity perfume at all. What I'm gonna do is just go get a cloth and kind of clean it up and clean up my fingers, and because I don't want this getting all over the camera and stuff like that. And then we'll come back and we'll give it a spray and see what we think. All right, guys, so this is the bottle. Like I said, it did leak a little bit in the package, which is too bad. You can see there's actually like probably about 5% of the bottle missing. That's too bad, but you know, these things happen. And it doesn't really say anything negative about Fragrance By, I will say, because I have ordered from other, you know, really like expensive high-end retailers and had similar things happen. So it is a shame. The bottle is not in perfect condition. There's a little bubbling going on at the cap. And then the label itself is a little bit kind of like tarnished a little, but that's okay. I think the scent inside is still going to be perfectly fine. Actually, I can smell it from here. I'm happy to say that my nose is quite strong today. Like I have a really good sense of smell today. And you guys, I'm already pleasantly surprised just from what I gather from taking it out of the box. So that is a really good sign. So before I go into the notes, this is a perfume that I really wanted to try. Oh gosh, it's still leaking on my fingers. Oh no. Yeah, it's leaking all over the place. So I've realized that I can't tip this bottle on its side or it leaks more. So I'm gonna have to just let them know about that. And obviously I'm not going to be able to return it because I don't think I would send this in the mail. Okay, so let's try this again without tipping the bottle over. So sorry about that, you guys. But the reason I wanted to try SJP Stash is because I've actually heard about this perfume for a long, long time. A lot of people said that this perfume It did not smell like a celebrity scent, that it was very unique, very well done, had good performance, and also I've heard that it was quite unisex, almost leaning a little bit masculine, and I've always really been interested in trying this perfume. Just when I looked at the notes, I did not think that this would be my kind of perfume. I typically prefer perfumes that lean a little bit feminine, not masculine, and it's not that I don't like the masculine smelling perfumes. I actually really like a lot of the more masculine leaning fragrances, but just for myself, I just know that I don't typically wear a lot of masculine leaning scents. So the notes that you have in here are black pepper, sage, grapefruit, Atlantis cedar, patchouli, pistachio, white ginger lily, massoya wood, olibanum, vetiver, and musk. So you know, the note that really intrigues me in here is that pistachio. I'm really hoping that on skin and even maybe on paper, I really get some of that pistachio. I think that might make it very interesting. And like I said, my nose isn't perfect right now, but hopefully I can pick up all these little nuances. I feel like today I'm pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty strong. The notes that concern me a little bit is the heaviness of the woody notes and the earthy notes. So the olibanum, the vetiver, the massoya wood, whatever that is, the cedar, the pepper, the sage. I mean, this just does not sound like the type of perfume I would ever be into or blind buy, with the exception that this perfume is actually very affordable. So let's go ahead and give this a spray on paper. Quite a pretty bottle, aside from the fact that it's a little bit worse for wear. So let's go ahead and give this a spray. All right. My table is going to be full of woody notes. Okay, so you guys, right off the hop, this perfume absolutely does not give me celebrity vibes at all, like celebrity perfume vibes. It's very strong. It's not very feminine. It definitely leans masculine. It's extremely woody and a little bit spicy and kind of a little bit sweet as well. Very like aromatic. So Fragrantica calls it woody, aromatic, fresh, spicy, amber, warm, spicy, earthy. Yeah, so not the type of perfume I would ever really go for myself. If I had to liken this perfume to something that I've already smelled before, I would say that it kind of reminds me almost a little bit of Jazz Club. Jazz Club is sweeter and boozier, and I love Jazz Club. Jazz Club is one of my favorite perfumes from Maison Margiela. So if I had to liken this immediately to something else, I would say this is almost a little bit like Jazz Club, but this one is probably spicier and more aromatic and almost kind of more herbal, more earthy than Jazz Club. Quite a nice scent. It's actually a really, really nice scent, and I think that this would have great performance just based on what I've experienced here. At this very moment, I'm not really picking up on that pistachio, which I was kind of hoping I would pick up on. But at this very moment, I'm not getting the pistachio, but perhaps on skin, it would come through a little bit more. And on the paper, it's also smelling a little bit fresher. I'm getting a little bit more of that sage and that grapefruit, and yeah, it's just like a little bit brighter on paper. It's quite nice. There is a little bit of a creamy sweetness in the background, so maybe the pistachio is coming through just a little bit. Very nice. So I definitely need to come back and smell this again in the future and try it again in about a week or two and see how I feel about it. I'll come back and update you guys and let you know after I've actually put it on skin how I feel about it. I would say this is great for both men and women. I think that either could pull it off. It would be great for the fall. It's also giving me a little bit Chanel vibes, which is strange, but it's almost giving me a little bit of like Chanel No. 5. Not that it smells at all like Chanel No. 5, but it's kind of giving me like a Coco Chanel No. 5, like sophisticated, classy woman, like old money. Kind of smells like old money a little bit. I like it. So I can't say it's a love. I don't mind it. I think that it's definitely worth checking out. And if you guys have been interested in this one at all, you have my blessing to go ahead and give it a shot and see what you think. If you like sort of like woody, slightly masculine leaning fragrances with a bit of a creaminess and an earthiness and a depth that would be fantastic for the fall or winter, this is definitely one to check out. All right, so that was Stash. Let me have a little coffee break and refresh my nose. All right, so the next one, you guys, is one that I have heard through the grapevine for, I think, at least a year and a half. And this is Latafa Raghba. I hope I'm saying that properly. So this perfume, I think, had its moment in the sun sort of thing. It kind of had its moment the way Shagaf Oud had its moment, and the way Casablanca from Swiss Arabian, I believe is what it was called, had its moment. These perfumes that are very affordable, a little bit Middle Eastern inspired, and they kind of pop up out of nowhere and they get all this attention, and before you know it, every single person in the perfume community has this perfume. And for a brief moment, everybody's raving about it, and then it kind of just like dwindles off, and then you never hear about it again unless it's in a declutter video. That has been what I have noticed with this perfume. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like this perfume just rose up, got super popular, people were talking about it, and I feel like the general consensus is that it is not a must-have. It is not like an absolute everybody needs, best ever, you know, top 10 for life kind of thing. But it did gain popularity for a reason. So this is Latafa Raghba. So first of all, I want to show you the package. This is such a beautiful, beautiful box. I don't think I've ever seen such pretty, intricate packaging on a perfume. So since I have the cellophane off, I just want to give you just a little better look at that absolutely beautiful, intricate box. So pretty, you guys. I have a huge appreciation for some of these Middle Eastern inspired fragrances. I think that the bottles and the designs and a lot of the fragrances themselves are just beautiful. And I wish that I was a person who liked oud. So that's something that scares me a little bit about this perfume, is that I'm not a huge oud fan. I shouldn't say that. I really like the way oud smells. I just have a hard time wearing it. Like, I really love Penhaligon's Halfeti, which I think has oud. I love Maison Cyr Perfect. I think it's Maison Cyr Perfect Oud. Is it Maison Cyr Perfect Oud? Who did Perfect Oud? Anyways, I really love oud fragrances. I just don't wear them for myself a lot because A, my boyfriend, who I spend most of my spare time with, hates the way they smell on himself and myself. He's not a big oud fan. And also just because they're just a little powerful and a little more masculine leaning in my opinion, and I have always found it really hard to wear oud fragrances. So as much as I'm excited, I'm nervous for this one because the oud, and because of the fact that this perfume sort of seems to be very polarizing. I've seen some great reviews on it, and I've seen some not so great reviews. So I don't know if this is a gift set, because it does say that there's a perfumed spray. I don't know if there's a perfume and a perfume spray. I'm not sure, but let's just see. Oh yeah, there is. Okay. So first of all, oh, it's a big bottle. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is the perfumed spray. I don't know if that's like meant to be a hairspray or what that is. It must say, maybe this is the same perfume, or maybe it's a different perfume. I'm not sure. So we have that. And then we have the bottle itself, which is quite pretty. So this is the perfumed spray that's in here, and I don't know if this is the same scent or if this is a different scent, or if this is meant to be like a hair mist or body spray or what it is. I don't know. I'm assuming it must be the same scent. And then this is the bottle itself that I have heard so many things about, both good and bad. You guys, that SJP stash is still going strong. It is very, very strong. Granted, I did get it all over my table and all over my fingers, but I can still smell stash really strongly. It's very, very woody, and the more that I sit here and smell it, the more that I think it's probably not a scent I would want to smell all day on myself, just as a side note. Okay, so the notes that you have in Raghba are vanilla, sugar, agarwood or oud, incense, sandalwood, and musk. So I'm actually intrigued. I hadn't really looked up the notes of this before. I'm really intrigued that the top two notes that come through the most, or the most strongly, seem to be the vanilla and the sugar. However, the oud and the sandalwood and the incense also look like they're very prominent according to Fragrantica. And then there's like some musk in the base. So yeah, like I said, I do have a hard time with oud fragrances. I'm really anticipating that I'm not going to love this, but let's go ahead and give it a spray anyways. Okay. I don't even know if this is one I want to spray on my table, because Oud tends to be powerful and stick around for a long time. Okay. So this is an incensey fragrance. You guys, I'm so proud of myself that I can actually like pick up notes right now. It's very reassuring for my nose. Okay, interesting. This is way different than what I expected. Okay, this is interesting, you guys. This is so much different than what I expected. If you were expecting this to be a certain way, it's probably not what you're thinking. Okay, so this is actually really interesting. It's not super oudy. I'm getting actually more incense in here than I am oud, which is interesting. And I'm not a huge incense person. I like incense, but I wouldn't say that it's a favorite note of mine. And I'm also getting a ton of sugar. This is a very sweet fragrance. It's a very sweet, incensey fragrance. Okay, that being said, I don't know if I love it. I think you have to like incense and you have to like a very sweet perfume. I don't love this. I thought that this was actually going to be deeper, richer, more intense. Not that I was hoping it would be like that. I just pictured it being like a lot more, I kind of thought it would be something like Oud Bouquet, if I'm honest, minus the rose. I was thinking it would be a little bit like Oud Bouquet, Shoggoff Oud, like that direction, like, you know, one of those sweet, sugary oud fragrances. But this is actually different. It's a lot more unique. And again, my nose is only sitting at about like 95%, so I might be missing some nuances, but it's a very sugary, sweet, incensey oud, I guess is how I would describe it. Not a favorite. So, but if you're somebody who likes vanilla and sugar, although I have to be honest, I'm not getting a ton of vanilla, I'm getting more sugar. If you like a sugary, sweet, incensey, woody fragrance, and something that's unique, check it out. For me, honestly, I don't think I could ever see myself wearing this. I'll be honest. I don't think I would ever wear it. Just not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Not that it's bad. It's definitely nothing like I imagined it smelling like. Very unique. I've actually never smelled anything quite like it, to be honest. So it's all right. I'm actually totally neutral about this one. I will say that Stash I quite liked because I loved the woodiness, the depth, the fact that it resembled a little bit like jazz club kind of vibes, gave me a little bit of like Coco Chanel meets jazz club sort of. This one just is like, I don't know, just not my cup of tea. There's something about it I don't particularly love, but I'm sort of neutral about it. Like I don't dislike it, but I don't really like it. And I don't know if it would be worth coming back and visiting in the future, like after, you know, my nose has gone completely back to normal, just because, like I said, I have a pretty good idea. Like I'm just about 100% with my scent at the moment. I feel like I have a good idea what things smell like. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to keep rambling on about it forever. That is Raghba from Latafa. I hope I'm saying that properly. Do check it out if you like a sweet, incensey, woody fragrance. Everybody has their own taste, right? Perfume is very subjective. I know a lot of people love this one. For me, just with my perfume taste, it is a little bit too sweet, and I'm not crazy about that incense that's in there. And I thought I would just come back and tell you that I sprayed this, and I don't know what it is. This is not the Latafa Raghba. What does that say? Chic? Uh-oh, I can't pronounce it. Chic Shuyuk? I don't know. All right, guys, so I looked this name up, and this is a perfume spray of another scent from Latafa, but there's a couple different variations. I will say I'm not crazy about this. I think this is a more masculine one. It's a little bit like spicy. It's a little bit more spicy and kind of aromatic, and it's okay. It's okay. I don't like, well, actually, no, I don't like it. I don't like the way it smells. I'm not sure what it is. This is something I, in cologne format, would expect to smell on a man, a more mature, older man. It's kind of like woody, and honestly, it smells a little cheap to me. I don't know. I hope I'm not offending somebody, but whatever this one is, I don't care for this one. So that is the Chic Shuyuk. Not sure if I'm saying that properly. So yeah, not a huge fan of this one, whatever that one is. So the Latafa for me so far is kind of a big hands down. All right, I definitely needed a coffee break after all that. That was a whole ton of woody, aromatic, just like overload for me. That was too much. I can safely say that those kind of perfumes are not really my jam, you guys. This one is a complete in a totally different direction. It's like a 180. This is the Nuit Tresor Intense. I have been wanting to try this one for quite a while just because I really do like the other Nuit Tresor fragrances. I used to have the original Nuit Tresor. Don't still have it currently because I found that one to be quite sweet, like almost too sweet. And La Nuit Tresor à la Folie, that one was gorgeous. I actually thought I liked that one better than the original La Nuit Tresor. And I don't really know why I don't have La Nuit Tresor à la Folie anymore. I think it just, I liked it, but I didn't love it enough to keep it in my collection. This one is the intense version. I'm a little bit nervous because, as has been the trend for the last year or so, this is a cherry release. Is it just me, or has every perfume that's come out in the last year been cherry dominant? Cherry is having a whole moment right now. Cherry is like very much in the limelight, and I'm not a cherry fan. So that was kind of disappointing to me. There were so many like cherry releases this year, and I just don't love cherry. So with this one, however, though, it looks like there's also a good amount of vanilla and almond and rose. So this one could be quite lovely. Really classy packaging, very pretty. Oh, this is so much more, you guys. This is so much more me than the last two perfumes. All right, you guys, so this is so much more my vibe. This is what I needed. I needed flowers, I needed something pretty, I needed something that looked like a jewel. Perfect. Okay, so I'm really excited for this one. Again, I don't know how much I'm going to love it because I am not a huge almond and cherry lover. For those of you who are new to my channel or who don't know, I am not a big fan of Tom Ford Lost Cherry Love Fest, which was also a cherry perfume. That one I actually have to say I liked a lot on Dry Down. On Dry Down, that was a beautiful perfume, but I didn't love the first like half hour of that perfume. So yeah, this one could really go either way, you guys. I'm a little bit nervous. I am going to give you just a little close-up of the bottle because the bottle is absolutely stunning. So as with all of the La Nuit Tresor perfumes, it is shaped like a little diamond. So beautiful and so feminine, and this would just look absolutely stunning sitting on a perfume tray. And then all of the La Nuit Tresor perfumes also have a little flower of some sort. This one has what looks to be a red rose, which is really nice. And then it has the little La Nuit Tresor little tag there on the side, and just beautiful, you guys. So the notes that you have in here are damask rose, sour cherry, so not just any cherry, sour cherry, almond milk, not almond, but almond milk. I like the sounds of that. Madagascar vanilla, and then some woodsy notes in the base to round it off. So let's go ahead and give this one a spray. Just such a beautiful bottle, you guys. I can't get over how pretty this bottle is. I really hope I love it because I need something to fix my nose, more so after that body spray from the Latafa. That body spray was something else. All right. Such a pretty bottle. Okay, I'm starting to get it. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's, oh my gosh, that's pretty. That is classy, you guys. Okay, this is so much more my cup of tea. This is so, and this is fitting for the La Nuit Tresor range. It immediately reminds me of the original La Nuit Tresor, and it also reminds me a little bit of La Nuit Tresor à la Folie. This is gorgeous. Okay, this is beautiful, and this is so much different than I thought it was going to be. I was worried about that cherry note. That was the reason I actually didn't blind buy this one myself when it first came out, was because I saw the cherry, I saw the almond, and I packed my bags and ran screaming the other direction, because typically almond and cherry, especially together for me, are bad news. For some reason in here, it is extremely mass pleasing, even if you don't like cherry, even if you don't like almond. So it does have a very pink smell to it. And if I try hard, like if I pay attention to the fact that there's sour cherry, I can smell it, but it wouldn't have been the first note that I picked out. Whereas like Lost Cherry smells like cherry and Love Fest smells like cherry. The vibes I'm getting from this one is pretty, sophisticated, elegant, a little bit sexy, good for a night out. I don't think I would wear this as an everyday scent. It's very much an alluring cocktail dress vibe. Yeah, very pretty, very pink smelling, perfectly suits the bottle, perfectly suits that little beautiful little floral peak. Yeah, it's perfectly on brand. Everything about this perfume makes sense. All right, it'll be interesting to put this one on skin. I don't want to put it on skin today because I don't want to commit to it, but my first impression of this perfume, you guys, is that it's beautiful. And it's worth checking out if you liked the other La Nuit Tresors, especially the Ella Folie. This one is giving me major Ella Folie vibes. It smells very pink. It really reminds me of the original Ella Folie. Yeah, smells very pink, very feminine. And even if you're not a huge fan of almond or cherry, still check this out. You know, even if you're not a huge fan of rose, like the rose is in there, but it's quite well blended. That is La Nuit Tresor Intense. First impression is this is really nice. And will it become a love for me? I don't know, but I definitely would suggest checking it out, especially if you've been curious about this one and if you liked the other La Nuit Tresors. It is a little bit different. It does go in a different direction. The first La Nuit Tresor was more like that chocolatey, fruity. It had a lot of components. Is this my favorite one? I don't think it's my favorite, you guys. I think I probably still prefer the other two, if I'm honest. But that being said, I haven't tried wearing this on skin, haven't worn it for a full day, so I will have to try this one again and come back. All right, you guys, so that was today's little haul. Kind of exciting for me because, like I said, all three of these were ones I had not smelled before, so let's just do a quick recap and I'll rank them from favorite to least. So we have SJP Stash. Quite like Stash. I don't think it would be a favorite, you guys. I can't see myself wearing it, to be honest. It's just not my type of perfume, but it's really nice and I like it. And if I smelled it on somebody else, I would like it. And if you like those kind of woody perfumes, it's definitely worth checking out. If you like Jazz Club, those kind of perfumes, if you like Coco from Chanel, if you like something that's a little bit more like warm, cozy, wintry fall, and definitely very woody. You do have to like a woodiness and you do have to like an aromatic quality, and it definitely does have a masculine vibe. I think men or women equally could wear it. Raghba, I'm coming back to it again, you guys, and the more I smell it, the more I dislike it. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, the more I smell it, the more I don't like it. Actually, I'm kind of confused as to how it gained as much popularity as it did. I'm kind of like, how did people ever decide they loved it? Like, I don't know. It's an overdose of sweet, incensey sugar with this musky oud lingering around in the background. The oud is not forefront. Shoggoth oud, that was oudy. This is not as oudy as Shoggoth oud, if you're wondering. But the more I smell it, the more I don't like it. It's actually almost turns my stomach a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, there is something about this I do not like. I'm curious, you guys, let me know if you've tried Raghba. Were you Team Raghba or were you not Team Raghba? And then coming over to our La Nuit Tresor Intense, what a breath of fresh air. So nice. A beautiful, creamy, slightly almondy, sour cherry, vanilla rose. Really nice. Again, is it my favorite? You know, I still think I preferred La Nuit Tresor Ella Folie and the original La Nuit Tresor. I still think I preferred those. But this is a gorgeous perfume and I think it would be perfect for anybody who is into rose. If you like a little bit of cherry, this is quite different from Love Fest. It's different from Lost Cherry. Very flirty, very floral, and very beautiful. And definitely more my cup of tea. So my favorite from today's haul was definitely the La Nuit Tresor Intense. This one was my clear winner, 100% my favorite from today's haul. I give that one about like a 7 out of 10. Raghba, now that I'm coming back and smelling it again, I'm no longer neutral about this one. I actually don't like it. I don't like it. It's bothering me a little bit. Have to say I would give this one like a pretty low rating. And then the SJP Stash, this one I actually think is pretty good. I would give this one like a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. For what it is, it's a great scent. Myself subjectively, I really like it, but don't think I'd wear it. So yeah, so that is today's little haul. If you guys have smelled any of these, let me know down below what your thoughts were and if you have any other questions about them. Also, you can also head on over and follow me on Instagram and ask me any questions there. If there's a perfume that you would like me to review or talk about on my channel, if you want to know my thoughts on any perfumes, do let me know as well. I do have a whole bunch of niche samples that I'm going to be talking about very soon, and I also have a niche perfume haul coming, and you guys, it is going to be the haul of hauls. It is going to be the best haul I've done probably since before summer last year. So I'm super pumped. So yeah, thank you again so much to Fragrance By for kindly sending me these perfumes. I just want to remind you guys that if you are interested in any perfumes from Fragrance By, you can find them at incredible prices. I will have my link down below to the website. So that's it for today, you guys.